I'm Nick with Nestrs, and today we're going to show you how to install a Eufy Smart Switch. Eufy is a brand by Anchor that produces smart products for your home. We're trying to step up our Airbnb game, so we are installing some smart switches and some smart bulbs in our Airbnb property. Eufy is compatible with Amazon Alexa, so it's super easy to integrate into your other home devices. All right, so let's see what comes in the box with the smart switch. So you have the switch itself. It looks like the faceplate is integrated right into the switch. And comes with some instructions. It looks like 4 yellow wire nuts. And that's it. All right. Let's get started on replacing this switch. So first we're just going to remove the faceplate and your old switch. For that you just need a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, now that the switch is out, before we touch any wiring, we're going to have to turn off the power so we don't hurt ourselves. So I'm going to get my beautiful wife to hit that circuit breaker. Okay, now that the power is off, I want to just double check to make sure there's no current going through the switch. So I'm going to use my voltmeter just to test it. No current, so we're good to go. I'm going to grab my Phillips head screwdriver and just disconnect my wires. We have a ground, a supply, and a hot, and a neutral. Okay, we're going to save this switch because it's still a nice switch and we can use it somewhere else. All right, here's the fun part. We get to install our new switch. Now when you open your package, you'll notice that there's 4 wires to this switch. The green wire is going to be your neutral. The red wire is going to be your load. The black wire is going to be your supply, or your line, which is where the power is coming from. And the white's going to be your neutral. Now all these are displayed right on the back of the switch, in case you have any doubt. So I'm going to go ahead and take off these tips of the insulator here. Now, if you notice, we have 3 wires here in the box, and we have 4 wires here on the switch. Now, the red wire is the load wire, and it's actually going to be connected to the wire that connects the box to the light fixture itself. Now, that is actually tucked away in the back of the box that we're going to have to pull out and tie into. Okay, so now that I cleaned up the load wire and got it ready to connect, I want to verify that it is indeed the load wire that's going directly to the light fixture. So I'm going to grab my voltmeter and I'm going to turn it to 2K. And then what we need to do is we need to put one of these probes on the load wire, and we need to put the other probe into the light fixture socket itself. So obviously this is not going to be long enough to reach, so I have some lamp wire to help facilitate the process, and this is just going to carry the current to make sure that it is the same line that's going from the light fixture to the box. Now if you have a light fixture with multiple bulbs, you want to take all the bulbs out, because when a couple of bulbs are left in, you'll see some residual current in there that will kind of mess up your readings. So just take all your bulbs out. You're going to take the wire, if you can actually reach from the fixture to the switch itself, then you don't need this extra wire, but in this case we do. So I'm going to take my wire, I'm going to tie it onto one of these electrodes, just like that, and then I'm going to take the other end of the wire and I'm going to put it into the socket where the light bulbs are at. Now this is a 2-person job, so I'm going to have my beautiful wife Sarah come in And while I hold this up to the light fixture, she's going to hold this end to the load wire. All right? So let's do this. All right.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 0.004.
Perfect. And then just test the neutral. Should be a 1.
Mm-hmm, it's a 1.
Great. Okay, so now that we verified that the load circuit is indeed the load circuit, we know that the red wire is going to connect to that particular wire. So I'm just going to twist the wires here, and then we're going to wrap them around the load. Your green wire is your ground, green to green. We verified that this is the neutral wire, so that's our white wire. And our supply line or hot wire is our black wire. Okay. Now, this is a small, older box, and this switch is actually pretty bulky, so it's going to be a it's going to be a trick to get everything into this box. So before we stuff all the wires into the box, we're going to go ahead and just test the light fixture and make sure that the switch is actually working. So let's do that. Okay, so Sarah turned on the circuit breaker. The fixture is working properly. We're going to have to stuff all this wire and this big switch into this tiny box. So let's see if I can pull this off. Woo! Sometimes those old boxes give you a hard time. If you are finding yourself in a real tight situation, sometimes you can swap out the larger wire nut for a smaller wire nut to create a little bit more space. But other than that, you just got to play with it a little bit. And then the switch plate just snaps right on. It looks fantastic. And Alexa, turn off the living room light.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on the living room light. We're good to go. And that wraps up our episode. We really love the smart technology incorporated into the Eufy light switch. If you have any questions or comments, please just let us know below and we'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, just click that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Now, we do a lot of videos, so if you are interested in getting more videos from us and just getting notified automatically, just click that subscribe button. It helps us in what we're trying to do. And that's it. Take care. What was that?
Integrate.
Woo!